Hello. Hello, everyone. Everyone still trickling in, coming in, seeing my tweet and stuff? How's everyone doing? Hello, hello. Good morning, everyone. Or I guess good time of day. Whatever time of day it is for you. Hello, Mary. Thank you so much for the awesome thumbnail art. It's beautiful. I love it. I just keep staring at it. I keep doing the thing where like I'm just sitting there watching TV, but I'm just actually holding my phone and I'm just staring at beautiful fan art. How's everyone doing? Hello. It's another Wednesday. 3 weeks streaming. Yeah. I didn't know how long I'd be able to keep this up. And not a lot happened for me this last week. It's been a rather uneventful, comparatively, compared to other streams, you know? I hope you've all been having fun. I came out with that Frozen video. I made my Frozen video, finally. I feel like it's taken me months and months to finally get that one done. It's been something, my whole schedule's out of whack now. I don't know what happened. Like, I had a whole thing planned for January. I had like a bunch of videos ideas, and it's all been like slightly pushed into February now because Frozen just took so long, and I don't even know why. You know, things I just kept getting distracted because then I was like, oh, I should announce the animation challenge now, so everyone has a lot of time to work on it. And I was like, oh, everyone's talking about Tyrion's tale, and I kept answering the same questions over and over again. I was like, I'll just make a video to make it like easier on everybody. So I guess that's why things kept getting pushed. Hello, hello! It is cold. I live in a rather warm environment, and even I'm cold, but I hate the cold. So, alright. I'm sure you all saw the immaculate thumbnail that Mary has very graciously let me use for the thumbnail. So let's start right away by diving into the fan art section, because you all came out swinging, and I got a bunch of awesome fan art, and I want to highlight everyone's amazing stuff, starting with the thumbnail art that you saw from Marie, who has made amazing art before. Like, they have like a little, like an animatic of like a piece of a conversation from one of my podcasts. And it's one of my favorite things. It's so cute. Your art style is so precious. And one of my favorite things is every time you draw a critter, you give her these long eyelashes that curl into like little heart shapes at the end. And it is just, it's such a cute little detail that I would never think about. And yeah, look at all this. Look at this beautiful. You made me look so. The thing I liked the most was how you made the curl in like my witch hat look like a vine. I was like, whoa, that's like next level thinking. You're thinking with portals. Thank God your classes got canceled. Oh, your video is freezing? Uh-oh. Things seem good on my end, so maybe just refresh it. I'm always freezing internally. Where do you post your fan art? Post them on Twitter. Just at me on Twitter. I have there's a link to it in the description of all of my videos, including this stream, I believe, if I did it correctly. So yeah, if you want to share stuff with me, go ahead, post it on Twitter. And I might use your art and stuff for thumbnails in the future, which would be totally rad. I'll always ask your permission first, though, and I'll also credit you and link to your artwork in the description, like I have done with this amazing piece of artwork right here. So, go show some love to the artists, because they deserve it. And our next one, this one I took a screenshot of the two, because it came as like a set. It's fan art of both me and Twins Inc., my sister. It's our streaming personas. And I like the symmetry of it. I like the things like this that come in a set always are aesthetically pleasing to me. And I love this one so much. I especially love my cute, tiny little feet. I was like, oh my god, my feet are so small. And I thought it was cool because it looks thematically appealing compared, because twins' shoulders are revealed. And then, you can see my feet. There's symmetry. Like equal and opposites. I love that stuff. Twins is beautiful. I love her character design so much. And I like the addition of the cake and the addition of the pumpkin. Really, like, highlights the duality of what we got going on. It's this picture really does a great job exemplifying our different styles just in general. What's Allison in this scenario? She like a magical girl with big pretty pink dress, what a crew that would be. The witch, the fallen angel, and the magical girl going on various shopping adventures. like a slice of life type deal. Like you're these awesome badass like titles, but you're just trying to make rent. Your university's on strike? Whoa, what are they on strike for? What are they striking? Is it to get rid of student debt? I'd be into that. And then the next one comes from Night Shadow, who has, always leaves comments and likes and stuff. Night Shadow's great, and I love their just brightness of their style. And I really like the background for their piece, too. This, cloudy gray sky that they got going on. It looks like, I feel like if this was an anime, I just did something really, badass and cool and impressive, and then this is me posing at the end to show just how badass and cool I am. I just love seeing art, a design I come up with in other people's styles, because seeing what you'll change, how you'll do things slightly differently, what you try to keep almost exactly the same, those things fascinate me. It's the one thing I'm noticing with my streaming witch persona, the Pumpkin Patch Witch, is the design of the stuff sticking out of the hat, the stuff in the bow, like the plants and things. You're all doing something creative with those parts, and I love seeing it. The strike is for better wages and seats on the board. Good strike. Yay! I hope things work out for everyone involved, students and faculty alike. And then this last piece of fan art came in last minute and yesterday, and I was scrambling to get it done and in OBS to show off today. It's from Orange. Orange does a bunch of lovely stuff. I adore Orange's art style so much. They do so much fan art already, and they've drawn humanoid versions of a couple of characters from Little Frog Witch, being Winona, the ferret. The very tall girl is the ferret, Winona, and Marmalade, the snake. And I love the way Orange conceptualizes them as people. Which was something I have vague ideas on. If they were human, what would they look like, but I try not to lean into it too far, mostly because I wanted to see what other people would think instead. How did other people it's when you talk about My Little Pony characters. Do you see Twilight as an Hispanic girl? Does she have long hair? Whatever, things like that. I want to see what you all came up with. You don't want to push too hard into certain concepts. And this is lovely. Orange captures their personalities so good and has such good sense of style. Because if you know Marmalade, she's just a snake, so she wears essentially a tube top, and seeing Orange turn that into a whole outfit is so creative, and I love it so much. Orange delights me constantly. Since we're talking about Little Frog Witch, I can tell you some fun facts, some fun behind-the-scenes things, if you want to know. Winona, fun fact, is named after Winona Ryder, the actress. Because I was inspired by her performance in Heathers, and I was thinking about naming her after the character, but then I was I like the name Winona a lot, because I had placeholder names for all of them, and her placeholder name was Wiggles, because ferrets wiggle around, And then I really liked keeping the W for Winona. And that's how Winona got her name. And every time I don't remember how to spell it, I have to, like, I looked up Winona Ryder in my phone so many times, it, like, auto-completes, just because I have to double-check how to spell her name. Hello, Critter. Sorry for not catching your stream last time. Working the afternoon shift. That's okay. Totally okay. I hope you just enjoy them. However, whether you watch them live or if you're here later watching the VOD. Hello, VOD team. Thanks for showing up. Heathers Never Gets Old. I didn't know there was a musical for a very long time. I really like the movie. I love the soundtrack in the movie for Heathers. And then I found out there was a musical, and unsurprisingly the music's different from the musical, because obviously the original movie is not. But yeah, like, that just blows me away how they, like, were able to breathe a new life into this just unique little 80s movie just by turning it into the magic of theater. Hello everyone coming in, trickling in. Nice to see you all. There's a lot. Dead Girl Walking is definitely the best song. I don't usually like musicals too much. I'm not super into them usually. Some of them, sure. Dead Girl Walking is one of the better musical songs that I've heard, you know? I don't know if I've ever seen the actual performance for it. I usually just see animatics and stuff, like people animating it to other things. Best Heather song? I don't know them off the top of my head. I did know Beetlejuice was a musical, mostly because I watched that Try Guys video of them trying to get into theater and whatever, and I thought that was a unique but cool option to turn into a musical. I think I mentioned last week that there's a Shrek musical, there's also a SpongeBob musical, there's a lot of weird things that are just musicals, and I think that's a fun way of doing it. Taking something that's kind of already known and then, like, retrofitting it into the medium rather than coming up with your own original idea. Even like Hamilton, you know, taking history and turning that into your musical rather than coming up with an idea. Have me or Rambo been? We have not. We're not really like theater people. We've seen some school plays when we were both still at university. He took an acting class, and part of it is to go see the plays and stuff. And you know, I've seen plenty of those parts. Like, those are fun. No musicals though. Like, I watched like To Kill a Mockingbird was the one I recognized. There was another one, I don't remember what it was called. I didn't recognize the story. But no, my school wasn't really a musical kind of school. You didn't get the notification. You know what you should do? Ring the bell, because I've rung the bell on my personal account, and I'm befuddled at how many notifications I get. How long have I been streaming for? You missed the fan art section, unfortunately, Caleb. It's been 15-ish minutes going on, I feel like. Have I ever seen... There's a Legally Blonde musical? Oh my god. That's weird. I mean, I guess it makes sense. I don't know. It's like they just keep making 80s movies now, you know? Will I ever do a face reveal? No. Don't bother asking anymore. Sorry. Most musicals I know are the ones I rehearsed for in high school drama classes. Wow! Oh, before being promptly suspended before any performance occurred? Oh. Oh. Well, at least you know of them. Wanted to thank you for your encouragement, Critter. I just felt so down as Ruby Volume 8 made me angry, and I have a deep concerns for Volume 9, like Avengers Endgame, time travel. Okay, that is so accurate. Me and Rambo just did our coffee break episode, which is our podcast that we do weekly. So if you want more things to listen to, check out Coffee Break. It's on Rambo's channel. We were just talking about how someone said that the American equivalent of Bollywood is the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And, I After hearing that, I can't stop thinking about it. Gonna have to get you to restart the stream. $20 to restart stream all over again. Sorry, Caleb. I'll do better next time. Have I tried Filipino food? I'm sure I have, but I don't remember. There's a lot of food that, like, I will just consume, and then I won't think about where it came from. Like, I don't ask, like, I'll go to, like, a party or something, and I'll be like, this is tasty. And then it's like, where did it come from? And I was like, I don't know what I ate. I just, like, black out and shove things in my mouth. Want you to check out the manga Tepu? Maybe. I don't know. I don't really do manga much anymore. You know? Who's Rambo? Rambo's my boyfriend. Stands for Rambunctious Critter. So, that's Rambo. I think he came up with Rambunctious Critter. I came up with the nickname Rambo. I think that's adorable, isn't it? I've already asked about it, but I want to hear your answer. Did you hear about Honkai? Or did you maybe consider to do a review of transformations? Like Monica transformations? Like Transformers like the cars? I don't really watch Transformers. I don't really know much about them. I was like Rambo was showing me some new toys that are getting licensed coming out for like Beast Wars and stuff. They look cool and all, but I don't know. I don't usually do Transformers things. Never really, I don't like cars. That was always my big. I don't really care about cars. Beast Wars looks cool because some of them transform into animals, which is dope. And then it just made me realize I just care more about Zoids. Does anyone remember Zoids? Does anyone know about Zoids? It's an old concept where it's like a mech anime, but their mechs are giant animals. And that was, as a kid, I was obsessed with Zoids. Introduced in My Boyfriend Watches Ruby Volume 2. Was Rambunctious, was his name, was it Maiden Volume 2? Wow. I feel like it was Volume, 5 or something, I don't know. How old are you? How old am I? This isn't me trying to be coy, trying to not answer the question. I legitimately don't remember very well. I'm almost 30. I'm 27, 28. One of them? Something in there? I don't remember exactly. There's a point, I turned 25, and after that, I just couldn't be bothered to remember anymore. It was so irrelevant in my day-to-day lives that I did not bother paying attention to it. And then Rambo was freaking out because he was going to turn 30 soon. And I was like, oh yeah, that is the next big number, isn't it? Never ask a streamer her age. It's like, how dare you ask a woman her weight? And I was like, who knows their weight off the top of their head? I don't own a scale. That's pointless. Zoids were your first anime? Hell yeah. See, I didn't need to restart the stream. I just needed to bring up Zoids, Caleb. Boomer? I'm not a boomer. Boomers are older than I'm a millennial. Millennials are the 30-year-olds now, you know? Which is crazy. Gen Z is crazy. I look at you Zoomers out there, making waves and whatever, and doing things completely differently, and you're doing taxes now, you Zoomers. And it's like, whoa, I am getting old. It's when the things that will really make me feel old, it's conceptualizing, oh, I remember when this game was coming out. I remember when Twilight Princess was first coming out on the GameCube. And then you sit there and you see an IGN video or whatever, and it's celebrating the 400th anniversary of Twilight Princess. And I was like, what? What? No, that was yesterday. Okay, moomer. Mom. Gen Z is crazy. Sorry if I'm slurping my coffee too loud. I got both beverages again today. Double up on tea and coffee. Because you gotta get one for hydration, one for, waking you up, making you go, and if you really want to go all out, you get one for its flavor. And just have, the trifecta of beverages to live off of. Yeah, that was the thing. Some kids born in 2008 are in high school. I was a cashier at some, I don't remember, it was a grocery store, and they, like, the year rolled over to the new year, and I was standing there doing nothing, and my manager comes up, and he's, like, peeling a sticker off the side of our like, area, and I'm like, what's up? And he's like, oh, because it's the new year, it means, the, age for alcohol has changed, you know, and the stickers just tells you what it is, and it was, like, 2000, like, the exact year, 2000, or something like that, and I was like, people born in 2000 can drink now? And I was sitting there staring at it, and I was realizing that it was 2021. So yeah, people born in 2000 are old enough to drink. And I was like, what? No way! Do I know the game? I don't know how to pronounce it. JPDE. I don't know what the acronym is supposed to spell out. I do know about it. I've never played it or anything like that. What would want the next generation to be called after Zoomers? I think they have a name. I think they're called Alpha or something like that. There's no cutesy nickname for them yet. They'll figure it out on their own. You know, since we gotta do that, we gotta abbreviate things to make referencing them in conversation easier to maintain. And they're starting to get older, which is scary. Reading all your comments. Tea and coffee? Yes. I mean, it's a caffeine overdose. Well, maybe. It might be. I was like, this tea isn't caffeinated, and then I was staring at it. I was like, you know what? It might be. I could be wrong. Dead Space is making me feel old. It hasn't even played the remake yet. I know, it's like, we're remaking your childhood favorites. Here's the remake for Diamond and Pearl versions. And I was like, what? Remembering going out of my way, begging my mom so I could go and spend my allowance money to get Pearl version. And I was like, here's the remake. I was like, no, it can't work that way. Oh god. I just noticed one of the posters on my wall is like trying to escape. Oh god. Oh, what happened? I'll have to fix that later. It's a really rad poster. It's got like the depiction of like a horde of devils and orcs and whatever in front of a giant castle with a rather large demon-looking man in the background. I'll take a picture of it and I'll tweet about it so y'all know what I'm talking about. I have no idea what this poster is for. It was my mother's from like the 70s. So it just looks cool and I took it because she didn't want it anymore. I'll fix that later. Alfumers? Nice. What's my favorite Ruby theory? Oh man, I always get a kick out of like theorizing who's gonna be the next Maidens and stuff. That's always fun seeing like people trying to conceptualize it either thematically or based it off of the characters or like now the big like hubbub is who's gonna be the Summer Maiden, and people are like, my theory is it's gonna be either Velvet or Coco from Team Coffee because thematically, they have heat in their names, which they all kind of have some sort of thing, at least parts of them, that imply the weather of the season they're attributed to. And Velvet is based off of the Velveteen Rabbit, who had scarlet fever. That's a hot thing. Fever, that would be a summer deal. Or Coco, because she's coffee, and coffee is hot. And that's a summer deal. Personally, I would prefer Velvet, because we haven't had a Faunus Maiden, and I think that'd be better. It'd be a cool thing to throw out there. Oh, your computer just restarted? Isn't that always? Like, when your device just has to take a moment to barf for a moment? My mom is hardcore. She used to be all into, like, metal and, like, punk rock and stuff like that. I don't know if she's still into that stuff. My parents also listen to a lot of country music, so. What's my next Ever After High episode coming out? Okay, good, yeah, that reminded me. I wanted to talk about what was happening. So, the video I'm working on, it's 99% done. I basically just need to put in the background music and export it, make a thumbnail for it. And what it will be is, I'm talking about more Ruby fan animations, which is going to be fun. So that'll be up on Patreon for sure tomorrow, first thing in the morning, and then it'll be on YouTube Friday, the day after. The video for next week, the next one I'm working on, is finally going to be Ever After High, Way to Wonderland. And it's gonna be amazing. I've been trying to get to this review forever, and finally I'm like, no more distractions. Has to be Ever After High. I want to get more Ever After High done. So yeah. Next video is Ever After High. And then the week Volume 9 comes out, I have a very, very special video planned, but I'm not going to tell you about it. This one's actually going to be a secret. Big secret. Related to Ruby and related to Volume 9, but I'm not going to go into details. I do have something planned for that week. So, February's going to be fun. My patrons voted on a video topic for February. They voted on ranking Disney villain songs, which is going to be really exciting, which will probably be the week after that one. So, lots of fun stuff planned for February. And I'll probably try to get a Korra review thrown in there too. Country music is the worst. Like, some old stuff is fine. Like, Reba is good. Dolly Parton is good, at least some of their songs, but so much of it is just the same thing over and over and over again. I like my truck, girls are hot, fishing and beer, unless it's a female singer, and then it's, I hate my man and I'm gonna murder him, gonna murder my man because I just hate him, and I'm like, what's wrong? Are you all doing okay? Go to therapy. Where's the song where you guys just go to couples therapy, you know? Have I heard or watched Meta Runner? I've heard of it. Never watched it. I don't even really know what it looks like. If you showed it to me, I would not know what it was. Least favorite color? Ooh, yellow. I hate yellow. Yellow, fun fact, is the hardest color for the human eyes to perceive. So what that means is your eyes will register certain colors sooner than other colors. And yellow is the hardest one for you to see, and it usually is the thing that will attract the least amount of attention, unless it's layered on top of certain very dark colors. Like yellow on black is very eye-catching. But in general, especially like in nature, like yellow is hard to see, and I don't like it. I think it's a very ugly color. I tend to prefer yellows that skew more towards orange or a gold type color. So, you know, pushing therapy too, taken after Allison, yes, I think therapy. I honestly think everyone should be able to go to therapy. I think this world would be better if everyone was able to find a very good therapist and go to therapy regularly. Every single person. I think it should be necessary, honestly. If I could go to therapy, you know, I would, but I can't. I can't afford it, so. If I ever get quiet, I'm just reading your comments, seeing what you all have to say. Ba-da-da. Gold, yes. Gold is better. Gold is better than... Okay, and now I see you talk about Yang. Yeah, I'm not a fan of Yang. I really hate her hair nowadays. Like, it looked fine in the Poser engine, because they were really saturated with it. That's another thing. I love bright, saturated colors. Like, have you ever seen Ice Fantasy? I believe it's a Korean-made show, and the character designer was the same person who worked on Lord of the Rings. They made the show called Ice Fantasy. It's amazing, but it's so bright and saturated. All the colors just blast off of the screen, and I love that. And Poser-style Yang had really bright, saturated colors. But then they went to Maya, and everything got all dull and washed out. And everyone's like, oh, it's because the story's darker now. And I'm like, oh, okay, but you sold me on the show that looks like this. And now the show looks like this. Thoughts on Puss in Boots? Haven't seen it yet. I want to. I'm gonna wait till it's streaming for free on probably like Disney or whatever. They all were extremely pale? Yes. I love going back to episode 2. of volume 1, the first volume, episode 2, when you first meet Weiss. And I love looking at her because she is so pale, and the line art around her hair was just this pale bluish kind of color, and she just becomes this, like, blank white void. I was feeling nostalgic, and I was reminiscing and watching old Ruby AMVs that I used to love watching all the time. And, like, whenever they put a bloom effect to, like, brighten up or jazz up the visuals or whatever, every time it was Weiss, especially from Volume 1, she would just disappear, in essence. She would just become a white void, because the bloom would just erase all of the defining features from her, which was a problem back then with Poser. But they changed the art direction slightly every single volume, up until they made it to Volume 5. Volume 5 kind of solidified the way everything looks nowadays. Even Volume 4. Volume 4 is weird. If you go back and rewatch some of Volume 4, like, the shading is totally different, the line art is totally different. It's really noticeable with Sun, for example. His abs don't really have, like, definition on them. And other weird features will be defined in 3D, but not with, like, line art. So, but then they changed that for Volume 5, which is just, Volume 4 is a weird little volume, isn't it? Pre-Volume 7, you couldn't give Blake too much black in the torso for the same reason. Yes, because there's no, like, shading. It was just how Poser worked. Shading had to be added in manually. There was no, hi, Axel. Hello. There was no, like, automatic shading thing that you could do. So they had to do it manually, which is why they also had textures. Like, Yang, Speaking of Yang, so looking at her from volumes 1 through 3 versus her in that outfit in, like, the Yang character short, where we get a glimpse of her in her old school outfit, you know? It really highlights the differences in texture, because in volumes 1 through 3, they went in and they painted her sleeves and the brown parts of her outfit to look like leather. It looked actually like leather. Cut to her character short for Volume 5, and it's just a solid brown. And it doesn't display a texture, it's just a flat color. And flat colors, that's why Neo's hair looks bad nowadays. It's just flat colors. There's no blending with the Maya engine. So, I think that's a really big detriment. They've lost their style. And I understand, like, and you know what? And a part of me is like, oh, it's just how Maya works. But then I see things, and it's like, no. You could have, I've seen other things with the Maya engine, and they emulate the old school style pretty well. So I don't know why they couldn't do that with the actual show. Is it okay if the animation is a few seconds over a minute? Yeah, I'm fine with that. I won't be a big stickler. It's like, 62 seconds long, not allowed. I'll be a little forgiving, you know? I want to give you a little bit of leeway, especially if you have, like, a fade or whatever. As though Blake has ever had black in her design. I know, right? I can't stand. That's another thing. I'm disappointed with the Volume 9 trailer, on top of the many other things I don't like from the Volume 9 trailer, is that they didn't change their outfits. They're still wearing their winter gear. Even though they're on this warm-looking tropical island, now they're still wearing their big dumb coats. They haven't taken away their extra layers, even though their concept art has them without their extra layers. So, you know. Your brother is a genius? Whose brother? Who are you talking to? What you talking about? I don't have a brother. Do we have to add a voice to our character? Yes, please. Unless they're, like, the intention is that they're meant to be mute, which is totally okay. Go for that, if that is the thing you're doing. I think that's doing it on hard mode if your character is mute, because you have to display the point is to display their personality in, like, a sentence. So, and if they're mute, it's all just on their visual to display their personality. Which you could totally do, but it's hard mode if you do that. Their winter gear never looked good for the Arctic temperatures. It didn't. It looks too... It's like seeing someone wearing, like, a light cardigan. It looks too cold for the snow, the tundra, but it looks too warm for this tropical island, you know? God, I hate that trailer. I went back. I was going to check something, and I clicked on it. And when I clicked on it, it had 355,000 views. But only 15,000 likes. And I don't have that thing set up where you can see the like to dislike bar anymore. I know some people have that. But I was like, that's not a lot of likes for how many views this has. So I don't know. I think Ruby's on its way out. At least under its current management. Your brother. Okay. I was like, whose brother? I've never had a brother. Thoughts on fixing Ruby? I'm in the Sketchy Huntsman. I'm working on that. I'm gonna do it. My part won't come up for a while, but I love fixing Ruby. I think it's great. I think it is a fun little fan fiction. It inspired me way back when only the first volume's Fixing Ruby thing was out. He has that thing set up where each member of Team Ruby would be working under a member of Team Coffee. And I remember that was just so cool to me. The idea of having, like, a mini mentor, a mentor team for your freshmen was so cool. And I was like, that makes so much sense. And so yeah, I've always liked Fixing Ruby. I don't understand the people who get so butthurt over fixing Ruby. Ruby doesn't need to be fixed. Okay, shut up. It's just a title. Fix have been around for years. No, I always thought it was just a fun little, like, divergent from the norm. You know, it takes a lot of dedication and effort, and it's a lot of fun. I've been enjoying working on it so far, and I would love to keep working on it as they move forward into their future fixing volumes and stuff. Did I ever watch Bricky's video where he talks about identity? I don't know who that is, so no, I'm sorry. Speaking of Blake and Yang, do you think Bumblebee will be finally official in Volume 9? I really want it to, but I don't think it will. That's the saddest thing. I don't think they're still gonna, like, tiptoe around it. They will not make it official. If they ever do, it'll be at the it'll be like Korra and Asami, the very end of everything. That's when it's gonna happen. They'll just lean in and tease and hint, because that's gotten them everywhere already, you know? So, like, if they just keep hinting at it, the people who are obsessed will continue to be happy, and that's, keep putting in that half amount of effort there, RT. I also don't want Ruby to fail, but I don't want it to succeed as it currently is. If it got bought out by someone else, I would be thrilled, honestly. You know. The other thing about the Volume 9 trailer I was thinking about was the color palette. I hate how bright it is. And I know I was just talking about how much I love saturation, and the thing is, if this was the Poser era girls, I think it would look perfectly fine. But since we have established this dreary, gray, washed out, especially since we were just spending so much time in Atlas, you know, where everything is monotone, you know, washed out, no colors, now it's suddenly big, bright neon, horrid, like, eye-inducing vomit. It feels so disconnected. It feels tone deaf, which is the biggest thing. I saw a post from It's Clyde Bitches, I think that's their name, and it was talking about how this feels so weirdly tone deaf, and the direction of the trailer insisting that it leans into, like, the goofy comedy aspect of it is weird because of how dire and serious everything has been. So I don't... Whoa! Wild Pilot! What are you doing? Holy crap! Oh my god! Such great content. I just wish Patreon didn't hate me. Ever wondered what 4 years of Patreon subscription looks like? No. Is there something wrong with Patreon? Why? Oh my god! A round of applause. Everyone. Clap for this hero among men. this grand master. Oh my god. I'm gonna have a heart attack. Whoa, holy crap. You've paid my rent. My rent comes in two halves, two payments of 500. Oh my god. I'm gonna have to tell Rambo. This is awesome. Yay! Wild pilot! Wild pilot! Yay! That's the best one. Best favorite person. That's easy. That's the thing. If you want to become my favorite person, pay me. No, thank you. That is so kind. So generous. Oh my god. Thank you so much. Yes, look at all these claps. Applaud. Wow. 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 I've lost my entire train of thought. I was in the middle of saying something, and all of my thought has gone out the window. Poor guy thought he was donating $4.50. For reals. I do that constantly. Whenever I Venmo someone, it's always, I stop, and then I stare at it. And I stare at it, and I was like, don't put the period in the wrong spot. Because I had an aunt one time who did that. She was trying to just pull out like $1,000, I think. But she did the period in the decimal, not period. She put the decimal in the wrong spot. And it had her pull out like 100,000 on accident. Which she obviously did not have, because that would be absurd. And so she had to like fight with the bank to be like, this was not... I clearly wasn't trying to do that. If you want to be my favorite person, pay me. Critter out of context. No. I appreciate appreciation much more than money. But my rent and my dog's food and my dinner appreciates the money. Hey Critter, do you ever wonder why we're here? That is a good question. Why are we here? Gotta live your life and just be happy. There's a character in Adventure Quest, Squee. He had the answer to what's the meaning of life. I don't remember what it was, though. It sure was profound. Man, how many of you know Adventure Quest? You know? Neon bright graphics, that's what it was. Right, Ruby. Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Yeah, I don't know. The tone shift is weird and different. And I don't know how... appreciation doesn't pay the bills. You're right. It means a lot. Just not monetarily. Do you think Ruby is still redeemable in Volume 9? I don't think so. I don't really think so. Volume 9, it's so weird. And a thing that I see people talking about is also weirdly, goofy with Yang's robot arm. Which is weird. I don't know why they do this with her arm. Like, they're playing it up like a gag. And it's just... They've done... And I know they've been rather gag-related with her arm before. Like, her launching it off of herself to win, I guess, a arm wrestle match. But I don't know. It's just seeing her, like, do a goofy Looney Tunes-style tug-of-war with her robot arm. I don't know. It just really makes the whole act of her losing the arm feel... trivial? Jovial? Like, it wasn't actually as big a deal as they made it out to be, you know? Evening. Good evening. It is morning for me. It is early in the morning. Yeah, ha, my severed limb. Lols. Ooh wee. My assistant device. Like imagine it this way. Imagine if someone had stolen Maria's eyes and she was blind. Would we be chortling and laughing at that? What if someone took Pietro's wheelchair? Ha ha ha, shenanigans. Yeah, I don't know, man. It just feels like Rooster Teeth once again showing that they have no real understanding. And they already didn't have a very good track record when it came to their ableism, being like, oh yeah, Ironwood, he lost an arm, so he's less human. It's like, ooh, that's scummy. It's 1 a.m. for you. That's so weird. I picked this time because I'm like, it's so early in the morning. Because Alright, so Vesper. Vesper Noir from Hollow Tempest. One of my favorite VTubers. Right up there next to Gavis Bettel has immediately shot to being my favorite very quickly. And Mori Calliope. They're my three favorites, without a doubt. Vesper would do early morning Zatsudans, and he always did it at 11, which I don't know if it's 11 for him wherever he lives, but I was always like, I just want something a little bit sooner in the day, something to like start the morning, you know, wake me up a little. So then I was like, 9 o'clock would be perfect, and that's why I'm here, doing it at 9 o'clock, doing it for me. If you can't do it, just do it yourself. If no one else is doing it the way you like it, just do it yourself. That's my philosophy. Hello from the Philippines. How's it going over there? Is it warm? It sounds lovely, if it is warm. I really want to see the Ruby girls fight each other, like sparring, but more intense. Yes, training. You know what would be cool? Actually seeing them training. Hello. Oh, no. I don't know how to pronounce your name. Mahano? Taki? Doing my best. I can't read. I am a rather stupid individual. Majority of streamers stream when I'm sleeping. I think it's because a lot of, like, Hollow Stars, for example, they're the only ones I really watch. Hollow Live, Hollow Stars, the English department. They still work off of a Japanese schedule for their Japanese viewers. Generally, you know. Because I think that's when their managers are awake and stuff. So they tend to stream, like, later in the day, because that lines up better with the Japanese time zone. That's my theory. I could be talking out my ass. But yeah, Critter, do you think they will give the girls some new superpower in the Wonderland Island? If so, how could they introduce it? Also, it's 10:30 p.m. for me, which is a good time to watch this. Nice! I will... My soothing voice and constant nervous giggles will lull you to sleep, and you'll dream of pumpkins and pumpkin creatures. Do I think they'll get a new superpower? Yes, but also no. I think it'll be, if it's anything, it'll just be in service of Ruby, and I think it'll just be more perfecting her Silver Eyes to be bigger, better, stronger. If anything, Jean will get a new sword, and I think it'll be the Vorpal sword. It should be the Vorpal sword if he gets a new sword. But since he's not been in the trailers, he could be dead for all we know. Howdy, Critter, just want to say hi and then run away. Hello, goodbye, have fun. Jay Blue-Eyed Stairs. Nice name, cool. Cold AF? Fuck. Damn, that sucks. It's hot here, you got it. Nice, yay. Mori hate is force as hell. People don't like Mori? Why? Like, out of the VTuber girls, she's my fave. She's so chill. She's just so, like, normal. Christ, my PC! Anyway, I can see what they were going for, but I don't blame people for thinking it's ableist. Yeah, that's the thing. It's like, I get it. They're just fighting their own tone. And they've always been doing that. They've been having these horrible jumps in tone for a while now. And I don't know. I just think, maybe a little bit of tact would be... Maybe if it wasn't the whole trailer insisting it was some joke. Oh, you loved my Frozen video? Thank you! Thank you! I was happy with it. That's getting all that off of my chest. So cathartic. Oh my god. If Jean died, his death was way better than Incinerator. Yeah. Yeah, she's a white girl rapper. I like rap. I don't like all of her songs. In fact, most of them I'm like, not that into. I'm more like her personality for her streaming. I do like some of her songs. The first one. I don't remember what it's called. Excuse me, but can you please rip? The very first one that she came out with during her debut. Love that one. Listen to that one on repeat. Did I hear about the Rose Garden controversy lately? What new controversy is there? What more could there be of a controversy? The ship was already controversial to some people. I like Rose Garden a lot, but, you know, I see why other people don't like it. It's just I like Oscar and Ruby, not Ozpin. Chop Ozpin out. I'm theorizing they're gonna get rid of Ozpin one way or another. Thank you so much, Fulano. I hope I'm saying that right. Man. Thank you so much. That is super lovely of you. Ruby going to the gym to train her silver eyes on the bench. I can't even imagine such cursed sight. Also, much love from Brazil. Thank you. Thank you, Brazil. Much love back to you. So you're okay. I pictured it two ways. It's either Ruby laying there, and then like the silver beams come out of her eyes, and they turn into big buff manly arms, and they start like bench pressing, but like the beams of light. Or she goes to the gym and she just sits down and stares at like eye test exams, like when you go to get your glasses, like reading the letters from far away, and she's just doing that for hours on end. Nah, someone's gonna die. You know what I was thinking about? There's like no villains anymore. So, like it's Cinder, Salem, Mercury, and Tyrion. And Mercury seems like he might become a good guy. They might do that with him, you know? And I was like, so we have like 9+ heroes versus our only 4 villains. And yeah, I get it. Salem's big and strong, and it's gonna take everyone to stop her. I don't know. Feels like they stacked the odds really far against themselves. Some things you pointed out in the Frozen, same things I got mad when I watched it in the theater. Thank you. My favorite part has been seeing everyone, like, agreeing with me in the comments, because I felt like I was the only one, you know? Thank you so much. Marie, you didn't have to. You're already the thumbnail. People have been harassing Rose Garden artists lately and calling them, no! An artist I love had to take a break because of it. Man, people are just assholes. See, that's the thing. When the Ruby fandom is like, we want more positivity, and then they do something passionate, and it's like, well, that's not the thing I wanted. What's the P word? A pedophile. It's like, well, it's not the ship I liked, and so then they just pick on them for not doing the thing. It's, man, shipping's for something that should be so, like, non-issue. Like, you just ship the thing you like, and you just do you. Other people get so weirdly upset that you have a different opinion. It makes no sense to me. Like, from a humanity perspective. Like, to the point that I've sat there and thought, do we need to do, like, online etiquette? Do we need to teach people online etiquette? Because, yeah, sorry, Glad. Because, like, you know, the internet, you're anonymous on there. You can do whatever you want. It's always been this way, but it shouldn't. And a part of me is like, it feels like it'll be a fruitless endeavor to try to teach people to stop being assholes when anonymity is always a factor. But, you know, I think we gotta try. Because especially with kids these days, they're just so used to the, like, harshness of the internet. And it really reflects in, like, if there's a couple of, like, younger people I know of, they, like, in their 20s, and they just have this general malaise to them about everything. Nothing phases them. And I can tell it's because of how they've been growing up on the internet. So, I don't know. It's a weird one. It's a tricky situation. Thank you, Not All That Evil. Not All That Evil. What are you doing here? Fun fact, if you're the same Not All That Evil, which I assume you are, who, from my $10 patrons, your $10 custom critter, one of my favorites. Every single time I look at it, I'm like, that's a good critter. I love the colors. How much money would we have to send you on Patreon to get you and some buns together to do D&D or Pathfinder if you're cool stream? Okay, so this is actually something I have been thinking about. Great question. And thank you so much for the super chat. I already DM a campaign for Twins and Allison. I'm the DM. I've been doing it almost monthly for 7 months now? Something like that. It's a lovely. I love being the DM. If you want to know what their characters are, Twins plays a centaur warlock, and Allison plays a half-elf, or is it full elf, rogue. I love them. They're great. Fun stuff. Fantastic. Great story. Love it so much. I don't know if they would want to stream with me. That's something I would have to talk to them about. But it has been something I've been thinking about. Especially now that I've figured out how to stream like this. And I've been thinking about maybe doing something with a chat to get you all involved, but, it's something, I'm still working on it. I'm still workshopping. If you all express how much you want this, that will definitely help not only influence me on how I want to do things, but also help me know if it's something I should even be bothering to put my effort into, So, thank you so much, Jacob. Thank you, Jacob Taylor. Nice name. That's like a, put that on a business card type of name. Nice profile picture, too. Is there a series/franchise you wish you could have experienced in your childhood? Personally, I played the Kingdom Hearts games during the pandemic, and I thought 8-year-old me would have loved this. That's a weird one, because usually, if I get into it now, it's the same as I feel when I was a kid. It would probably be like some sort of fantasy thing, because I thrived off of fantasy as a child. But I played a lot of fantasy games, and I watched a lot of fantasy stuff back in the day. So I don't know. Nothing specific. Who's Allison? My best friend? Twins' best friend. She was our roommate for a very long time. I don't live with them anymore. She's still Twins' roommate. Our best friend. Best person. When I usually say my sisters, I am referring to Allison, even though she's not technically my sister. She's born from a different family, but she is my sister because I love her so much. Tales of? I've been playing Tales of. Actually, I started playing Tales of Arise. I've loved the franchise for a long while. Started with Tales of Legendia on the PlayStation 2. Tales of Xillia, the best one, without a doubt. Tales of Grace's F was fine, but not as good. I started playing Tales of Arise on the PlayStation 5 recently, and it's good, but I haven't gotten hooked into the characters yet, but I'm not that far in. I only just got my third member, literally just got her, so I got more to play with. I got distracted playing Zelda Link's Awakening, because I had a lot of fun with it. Do you like evil/villains better than the heroes in general? Yes, because I think villains are super interesting characters to write for, and something that disappoints me is so many things are trying to make villains sympathizable. Like, they're good guys, they're nice people, sort of thing. They're essentially redeemable. So there's something fun about just a villain, I've always liked the villains more. They also tend to get cooler outfits, too, and have, black and red incorporated into their designs, which usually the heroes don't get that for certain series, Do you... Hey Critter, what anime genre do you like and hate the most? Magical Girl is my favorite, without a doubt. Do I hate the most? I don't know. Okay, yes, there is an answer. Cute girls doing cute things, which is very similar. That's close to each other on the Venn diagram of girls in anime. I just can't stand cute girls doing cute things. It's just so blasé, Like it's fine if we have a jovial comedy series where it's no, just antics, no high stakes. The thing that annoys me with cute girls doing cute things is it's a lot of just look how nice this animation is. We animated her, putting her lunch together really, really well. And I'm great, but I don't want to watch someone just put their lunch together. I don't hate most slice of life anime, Gunner. It's just... And another thing I can't stand is the noises cute girls doing cute things anime tend to do, which is just a lot of the sound anime girls make when they eat infuriates me. They're ah. I hate that. I hate that. I hate that so much. I would much rather mute the screen and just read the subtitles than listen to anime noises. That when people are I prefer subs over dubs or whatever, I would always prefer dubs, because when they dub it in English, they don't usually do those noises. And for some reason, those noises just annoy me. Hello, Lavender. Have you ever watched H2O? Just Add Water? I've never heard of this. That sounds. Oh no, wait! I do know about that one. Never seen it. Never once. I didn't watch a lot of anime growing up. So here's a weird little story. So around when I was 9 or something, my parents got rid of TV entirely, and we didn't really have internet at the time. So I couldn't watch things unless we got movies or we got them on DVD. So I didn't watch a lot of things for a very long time until we got internet, and then eventually later we got TV back. And so, like, a lot of things just I completely missed. Like, I didn't know what Metroid was for a very long while. I didn't know, like, I would play Smash Bros. And I didn't know most of the roster. I had no idea who these people were, because I just didn't know things, because I didn't have TV, and I couldn't see the commercials or advertisements or whatever. So it took a long time until, like, I was basically in high school, like late middle school into high school, where I finally, like, learned things, because we finally got good internet at that point. An evil character can still be tragic without being redeemable. Yes, exactly, Curse Knight. Yes, exactly. Thank you, Critter. I also hate uwu anime girl noises, and I have been validated. Yes. I can't. You understand, right? Like, you all understand, like, what I'm talking about. I've been rewatching it and having fun. That's fun. I was thinking about rewatching something. Oh, Animorphs. So I was talking to Rambo last night about Animorphs, and, like, he never read them or anything like that, and I knew there was a show. There was a live-action show that it was for, like, a season. Never seen it. When Rambo comes home today, we're gonna watch it. I'm so excited. I expect it to be so bad, but Jake is played, the main character from Animorphs, he's played by the same actor who's, Bobby Iceman in the X-Men movies, the original X-Men movies. So, you know, I'm excited. It's gotta be fun. Ever watched Witch? No. I always wanted to, though. I could never find it. That was another thing. With a lot of them, some of them are, like, streaming now. Like, if you got Crunchyroll or whatever. Which, gross. I prefer Funimation. But some of them also just aren't archived anywhere. And so I never was able to watch them. And they never had, like, DVDs and stuff. I didn't really have, like, a game shop or anything. I didn't have, like, a geek nerd lore kind of place to go to when I was a kid. So it took a long time for me to just find these things, even if I wanted to find them. Like Winx Club, that's another example. I know of it, I never watched it or anything. I've mostly just been watching Unicorn of Wars videos on it, which is fun, you know, fun thing to put in the background while I'm working. I usually have always two things going on my screen. Half of the screen will be usually a video that I'm watching on YouTube, and then the other half of the screen will be a script that I'm working on. So, can't ever just focus on one thing at a time. I need to have that noise. Do you agree with Twins' opinion on the designs of the Ruby Girls and Atlas? I do. 100%. Everything Twins has said, I 100% agree. I don't like any of them. I really don't like any of them. They look too cold. I don't like their... Why is Blake wearing this ugly white coat that zips, but is unzipped, but then buckled shut? Weiss looks awful. I hate Weiss's design. I don't know why they went with the braid. And, like, they went back and fixed it so it doesn't look like horrible, gigantic chunks of hair. But it still looks bad. Hey, Critter, what's your non-magical girl anime suggestion? I know you've watched a lot of magical girls, but I'm curious about your non-magical girl anime preferences. Let's see. Dragon Ball Z is fun. Dragon Ball Z is grand fun. Yu-Gi-Oh! All of Yu-Gi-Oh! Phenomenal. It's goofy. It's great. I adore it so much. Cowboy Bebop. It's famous for a reason. So, yeah, that's a great one. What else? Hetalia. Fantastic. Hitalia's weird. It's not good, but if you want to, like, make it learning history easier on yourself, watch some Hetalia. It's good for a gag here or there. What other anime have I watched? I usually just lean Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood. You know, that's another phenomenal, famous for a reason pick. Yeah, Yeah. Might be a bit obvious answers, I guess. But, you know, if they're famous, it's probably famous for a reason. I think you should check out Transformers car robots. I think you would like Skybite. Is that a character? I know some of them. I know Starscream, because he was voiced by Sam Riegel, and I don't know much else. I recommend you a video Bricky made. I think it will make a nice introduction for you. Sure, if you want to, go ahead and tweet it at me, or leave it in a comment. Hi Critter, are more of your videos of Magica Magica coming on the channel? Yes. Magical Girl May is just around the corner, and I'm going to finally be able to, because the dub for Magia Record finally came out, the whole thing, I am finally going to be able to address all of the Magia Record witches. Maybe not all of them, depends on how many there are. 5D is Yu-Gi-Oh! Of choice. Lots of, the motorcycles, that's the one with the motorcycles, right? Yeah. Motorcycles was a fun one. Wacky. Weird. Took itself too seriously, but I loved it. Code Lyoko. I don't know if you consider that an anime. Loved Code Lyoko. Weird. Weird little French thing. Happy Sugar Life. I have never heard of that. Weirdo number 59. I'll check it out. I'll see what it's about. Mob Psycho 100. I haven't seen it, but I've heard only amazing things. That's another thing. I usually go to Mother's Basement, and I'm sure you all know who Mother's Basement is. I usually pay attention to what he's talking about. Like, I started watching Kaguya-sama. Kaguya-san? Love is War? I don't remember exactly what the name is, because he praised it up and down, and I started to watch it, and it was great. I only got through the first season, started watching the second season, haven't gotten back to it. I'll get back to it eventually. Have I ever watched Yona of the Dawn? I have not. Oh, all of Studio Ghibli is a great option, no matter what, if you're looking for a movie. I was thinking about My Neighbor Totoro yesterday. So, I might rewatch My Neighbor Totoro sometime. I have never seen Evangelion. I've never seen it. That's one of my goals for this year, is to watch Evangelion. The thing is, I don't know where to start, because, like, apparently it's all over the place. Like, I think there's been different versions, and I think there's a movie or something, so I'm gonna figure that out. I want to watch Evangelion sometime this year. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. That's another one that I've heard great things about. I haven't sat down and watched it. The thing is, when they're really long, I tend to lose interest. I like all the things that I've suggested, except for Dragon Ball Z, you know, are rather short. Like, they're only a handful of seasons at most. Because when, like with One Piece, I've seen parts of One Piece, and I like it, but it's so long, and I don't know if I want to watch all that. Boruto. I did start watching Boruto. Rambo started watching it, and we just got sucked in. And I never was into Naruto too much, but I'm loving Boruto, which is weird because no one else likes it. Yeah, rewatch Spirited Away. I had a Spirited Away video that got taken down for copyright. I was thinking of maybe putting it back together using still images. I don't know. I'll think about it. Is there any characters you like, but gets a bad rep, or tends to be used in pretty silly arguments on the internet? Nothing jumps to mind, you know. I can't think of... No, I don't think so. It's usually the show, like, in its entirety, not just the one character. Like, no examples come to mind. I'm sorry. Or on High School Host Club. That's another great show. It is a parody satire of, like, harem rom-coms. So, if you know that, go into it knowing that. It's also great and fantastic, very heartfelt. Also, Ouran High School Host Club has the absolute best depiction of twins that I've ever seen in anime. And I know they do the thing where they pretend like they're sexually attracted to each other to, like, get the girls all hot and bothered. But if you ignore that part, that's not real. But, like, the part of them, like, being upset that no one sees them as individuals, that, 100%. That is the best depiction of twins I've ever seen. Like, then, in one episode, they pretend to be the other one because a girl asked one of them out, and then they reveal that she got them backwards. She doesn't even know which one's which. And then she's like, well, you look the same, so it doesn't matter. And I really, like that kind of thing of, well, you look the same. So you don't care about me as a person, I care about the aesthetic of you, and that's what matters to me. That, oof, as a twin, like, that blew me away. The thing that was the most accurate was watching one of them play a video game, and the other one was sitting there telling them what to do next. That is so accurate. Me and twins would do that all the time. She would play a video game, and I'd be sitting there next to her just watching her play. So, Anton, gotta go do my job or something. Eye roll. Ugh, work. Enjoy the rest of the stream. See you next time. I think I'll actually be wrapping up here because I've been going for over an hour. And yeah, I want to get that video done, posted up, so I can put it on Patreon first thing tomorrow morning. Also, now that it's starting to become like later in the day, my dogs are gonna start getting antsy because they'll want to go out and whatever. So I actually think that we're gonna call it here. So thank you everyone so much for everything, especially those super chats. Big round of applause for all the amazing people who donated super chats. That's so amazing, so kind of you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I do need to get my editing fixed. I just love editing, you know? So we're gonna... Oh, the dogs are awake. They're on the move. Oh, jeez. So yeah, my dogs are awake. They're moving around. And yeah, you, the one who was watching at 10:30 at night, you gotta go to bed. Get some good night's sleep. And thank you everyone so much for showing up. This was lovely. You're all amazing. Been having so much fun. I can't wait to see you all again. Keep your eyes open. Next video is up on Patreon tomorrow morning, and it'll be up on YouTube Friday morning. So if you're excited for more Ruby fan animations, keep your eyes out for that. That's going to be the next video topic. Thank you so much. See you next time. Bye-bye.